warm welcome. You're watching the special broadcast of This Is Exclusive. We're coming to you live from the CBI headquarters, where on this edition of This Is Exclusive, we'll get you full details of that questioning of Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. Several hours, Manish Sisodia is being questioned in this very building behind me. What are the further details as far as the questioning goes? There has been a massive political furor. But up first, we'll start with that big confrontation with NC leader Farooq Abdullah. Remember his entire justification of the targeted killings in the valley. What is it that Farooq Abdullah has to say? Listen in to what my colleague had to say, and when he asked a pointed question to Farooq Abdullah about the targeted killings, this is what Farooq Abdullah had to say.
का एक स्टेटमेंट आया था आज कश्मीरी हिंदू को जो मारा गया था शोपियां में 2 दिन पहले, उस पे आपका एक स्टेटमेंट आया था जब आपने बोला है कि जब तक इंसाफ नहीं मिल जाता है तब तक ये कश्मीरी किलिंग जो हिंदू को मारा जा रहा है वो रुकेंगी नहीं। आपका क्या मतलब था उससे?
अरे साहब, मुसलमान को भी मारा जा रहा है, पुलिस वालों को भी मारा जा रहा है, मिलिट्री वालों को भी मारा जा रहा है। वहाँ तो एक मौत का एक हालत चल रही है।
तो सर इसका मतलब ये तो क्या आप टेररिज्म को वहाँ पे कंडेम नहीं करेंगे? आप ये बोल रहे हैं कि वहाँ पे
मैं तो कंडेम करता हूँ टेररिज्म को सारी जिंदगी में।
सर बट आपके स्टेटमेंट में ये क्लियरली पता चल रहा है, जहाँ पे आपने बोला है कि जब का एक स्टेटमेंट आया था आज कश्मीरी हिंदू को जो मारा गया था शोपियां में 2 दिन पहले, उस पे आपका एक स्टेटमेंट आया था जब आपने बोला है कि जब तक इंसाफ नहीं मिल जाता है तब तक ये कश्मीरी किलिंग जो हिंदू को मारा जा रहा है वो रुकेंगी नहीं। आपका क्या मतलब था उससे?
अरे साहब, मुसलमान को भी मारा जा रहा है, पुलिस वालों को भी मारा जा रहा है, मिलिट्री वालों को भी मारा जा रहा है। वहाँ तो एक मौत का एक हालत चल रही है।
तो सर इसका मतलब ये तो क्या आप टेररिज्म को वहाँ पे कंडेम नहीं करेंगे? आप ये बोल रहे हैं कि वहाँ पे
मैं तो कंडेम करता हूँ टेररिज्म को सारी जिंदगी में।
सर बट आपके स्टेटमेंट में ये क्लियरली पता चल रहा है, जहाँ पे आपने बोला है कि जब
Let me also bring in my colleague Tanisha Awasthi, who's joining us from the Delhi newsroom. Tanisha was the one who confronted NC leader Farooq Abdullah as far as the targeted killings are concerned. Not the first time, Tanisha, that such kind of flippant statement that has been made by Farooq Abdullah when it comes to targeted killings in the valley. Not just that, he's also the same person who's essentially battered for the dialogue with Pakistan.
Shravan, it's not just about statements anymore, but it is about how he justifies his statements. Now remember, Farooq Abdullah is the NC patron, and he's at a very responsible position, and he going on and justifying this killings is totally bizarre. And not just that, when Republic confronted him, he goes on to defend his statement, saying that killings are everywhere, even Muslims are getting killed and Hindus are getting killed. So that is how he tries to defend his statement. But when again Republic asked him pointed questions, he hung up the call. He chose not to answer to Republic anymore, as you can clearly listen in that audio note. So see, now it is not just about 1 or 2 killings. It is a series of targeted killings that has been following for almost about 2 years now. And this NC leader, NC patron, who has been justifying these killings, is just adding fuel to the fire. He should be as a responsible leader should condemn this, and instead of condemning terrorism in the valley, he goes on to say until and unless justice is given, these killings will not stop. This is the bizarre response, this is the bizarre justification, as you say, we are getting in from the NC leader Farooq Abdullah, who we just confronted on the phone line. Shravan.
Well, Tanisha, we'll just try and play out that reaction that is coming in from Farooq Abdullah, the confrontation that you've done. Perhaps we could play that out, but a quick response coming in also, Tanisha, with regards to the position that has been taken by the NC in the past. A quick response from you, and then we play out that reaction once again, that confrontation with Farooq Abdullah.
Shravan, in the past, if you see as well, there has been none iota of regret for the Kashmiri Hindus that has been killed in the valley from Farooq Abdullah, and today yet again he has just repeated history. He has just gone out to justify these killings in the Kashmir Valley, whereas he knows Kashmir is a place which is very crucial, is a very heated place, and him making
Right.
these statements
Tanisha.
is just making.
Well, in fact, let's just play out that confrontation with Farooq Abdullah. Listen.
का एक स्टेटमेंट आया था आज कश्मीरी हिंदू को जो मारा गया था शोपियां में 2 दिन पहले, उस पे आपका एक स्टेटमेंट आया था जब आपने बोला है कि जब तक इंसाफ नहीं मिल जाता है तब तक ये कश्मीरी किलिंग्स जो हिंदू को मारा जा रहा है वो रुकेंगी नहीं। आपका क्या मतलब था उससे?
अरे साहब, मुसलमान को भी मारा जा रहा है, पुलिस वालों को भी मारा जा रहा है, मिलिट्री वालों को भी मारा जा रहा है। वहाँ तो एक मौत का एक हालत चल रही है।
तो सर इसका मतलब ये तो क्या आप टेररिज्म को वहाँ पे कंडेम नहीं करेंगे? आप ये बोल रहे हैं कि वहाँ पे?
मैं तो कंडेम करता हूँ टेररिज्म को सारी जिंदगी में।
सर बट आपकी स्टेटमेंट में ये क्लियरली पता चल रहा है जहाँ पे आपने बोला है कि जब
Shifting focus now to the other top story that we are tracking since 11 this morning, when Manish Sisodia, Deputy Chief Minister and accused number 1 in the liquor gate, has now been called in for questioning by the Central Bureau of Investigation. In fact, he's being questioned here. Before we go across to the breaking news coming in, this is where Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia is now being called in is being questioned by the agency. This is for the first time that the Deputy Chief Minister was called in for questioning. He was basically asked to explain his position on this liquor gate. There are 5 areas of the questioning that has taken place so far. Let's put out that big breaking news now coming in. Arun Chandra Pillai has also been called in for questioning by the CBI. In fact, his questioning is also underway. Let's put out that breaking news coming in. Arun Chandra Pillai, top sources now confirming to Republic TV, he is being questioned by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Remember his links with Boinpalli Abhishek, the other accused. Boinpalli Abhishek was arrested by the Central Bureau of Investigation. He's linked to Boinpalli Abhishek, and it is Arun Pillai who's basically floated a company along with Boinpalli Abhishek, and it is suspected that the proceeds of crime was essentially rooted from the company that was opened by Arun Chandra Pillai along with Boinpalli Abhishek. On the story also joining us is my colleague Piyush Mishra and Harsha. Both of them have been tracking the story very closely. In fact, Harsha also spoke to some of the Aam Aadmi Party leaders. If I have Piyush first, I would like to go across to Piyush Mishra, who's also joining us from here at the CBI headquarters, getting us full details of the questioning that is taking place of Manish Sisodia, the 5 areas that is being looked into. In fact, Piyush, if I can come across to you, it's been over 5 hours now since the questioning has started. 5 broad areas that the CBI is essentially looking at. Take our viewers through the details of those 5 areas that is being looked after by the CBI in the questioning of Manish Sisodia.
Well, certainly, Shravan, it's been more than, in fact, 6 hours that he is being questioned. He was called in here at the CBI headquarters at around 11 a.m. We also saw how massive political spectacle was created by Aam Aadmi Party, where it tried to project Manish Sisodia as the one who is sacrificing his life, is going to sacrifice his life for the welfare of people. We also saw how marathon rally was taken out from the residence of Manish Sisodia till Rajghat, and then from there to Aam Aadmi Party, and then here at CBI headquarters. Now, what we are given to understand understand is that there are crucial 5 points on which the questioning of CBI is focused, which also includes the role of Vijay Nair, also the alleged losses those were faced by Exchequer. I would ask Anil to continue to show you the pictures from right outside the CBI headquarters where this questioning is right now underway. Remember that the questioning is basically focused on the association with Vijay Nair, also the alleged loss to Exchequer due to the excise policy. In fact, the CBI is also focusing over the kind of profits those were made by the liquor cartels and also the kind of kickbacks those were received. In fact, CBI is also focusing, Shawan, about the alleged involvement of liquor company owners in the formulation and also implementation of the liquor policy. At the same time, involvement of businessmen is also being looked into who are from down south, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. We'll have to wait and watch for how long this questioning will go on. But right now, as we are speaking, the team of CBI officers are grilling Manish Sisodia about his alleged role into the entire excise policy. Let us also tell to our viewers as to how this all started. The very day when this excise policy was implemented in Delhi, the opposition leaders, BJP and Congress, they had created a lot of furor over this. They had questioned the Delhi government over this policy, but they did not listen into the kind of opposition voices those were coming in. After that, when the Chief Secretary of Delhi found irregularities into the implementation of the excise policy in Delhi, Lieutenant Governor Vinay Saxena had to, in fact, he was forced to go for a CBI probe into this. Soon after this, we also saw as to how raids took place at Manish Sisodia's residence. His lockers were searched. A team of CBI officers had also gone to his village. But Aam Aadmi Party is now claiming that it's a fake case and CBI had given Manish Sisodia clean chit. But CBI at the time had made it very clear that no clean chit has been given to Manish Sisodia. And today, after the kind of investigation so far which CBI has done, he has been summoned. He is being questioned for the last more than 6 hours. We can expect this questioning to go till late night because there are multiple things on which CBI is focusing, which includes the kickbacks those were received by Aam Aadmi Party, which includes the involvement of businessmen in implementing and also formulation of the policy, also the waiving of around 147 crore earnest money was also waived off. So there are multiple issues on which the questioning is right now focused. We'll have to wait and watch how it is going to further take place. Though Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that it's a fake case, BJP continues to mount pressure over the leaders of Aam Aadmi Party and also asking as to why Manish Sisodia is being compared with Bhagat Singh. BJP is now saying that it's an insult to the freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh and others with whom Manish Sisodia is being compared. We have seen since beginning how Aam Aadmi Party made this entire summon as a political spectacle. Rallies were taken out, protests took place at the CBI headquarters, and we can also draw the parallel, or we can see how a similar sort of attempt was done by Congress Party when Rahul Gandhi was also summoned by Enforcement Directorate. So right now as we are speaking, Shawan, questioning of Manish Sisodia is taking place right here at CBI headquarters in National Capital. We'll have to wait and watch for how long it will continue.
Let me also quickly go across to my colleague Harsha, who's also been tracking the Aam Aadmi Party. What is the response that is really coming in? Invoking Bhagat Singh, was it the right approach? Because all that Aam Aadmi Party is essentially saying, not a single word on the scam, but they are essentially likening Manish Sisodia to Bhagat Singh. Harsha, if I can come across to you, you've spoken to some of the Aam Aadmi Party leaders. Quickly take our viewers through the reactions that are basically coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party. What makes them so very confident that there is no scam to begin with?
Shawan, since the time BJP gave the sting operation, BJP clearly stated that how they scam, how the corruption in the Delhi excise policy was done. From that time to till now, Aam Aadmi Party has just followed one single statement that this is being done ahead of the poll-bound state elections in the poll-bound state Gujarat. And today we saw how come the power politics, the showcase of power politics which was done in the national capital is straight from Manish Sisodia's residence, from where I am reporting, to party office, to Rajghat and then to CBI. Aam Aadmi Party Party reactions which I took from party office, the reactions which are coming in, Aam Aadmi Party supporters, sympathizers, they clearly stated this is because of the Gujarat election, because Manish Sisodia is campaigning in Gujarat, because it is the education model of Manish Sisodia which is highly being praised by the people of Gujarat. Therefore, he is being targeted by the agencies, and this the misuse and political vendetta of BJP is, which has led Manish Sisodia for the interrogation at CBI today. None of the leaders, in fact, Shravan, you also spoke to Somnath Bharti when you clearly stated that this is the time when Manish Sisodia got the opportunity to keep his points and to get cleared his name. But on the other side, Somnath Bharti was stating, no, this is the politics which is being done, this is a witch hunt, this is a political vendetta. Shravan, I would like to show you exactly the visuals, because this is a place where from morning Saurabh Bhardwaj, Durgesh Pathak, Sanjay Singh, Atishi, all the leaders were here doing a meeting. And from yesterday, when Manish Sisodia tweeted that at 11 a.m. he has to go to CBI headquarters for questioning, from that time onwards, they had planned how a celebrity roadshow will be taken from Manish Sisodia's residence to CBI headquarters to showcase and how political mileage and benefit they could get from Delhi to Gujarat, and how they can show that they are victim, and BJP is using agency against Manish Sisodia and against Aam Aadmi Party government. This all was planned since yesterday. Apart from talking about scam, about corruption, about blacklisted company, how they were benefited, how undue favor was given to Sameer Mohindru, to Abhishek Boinpally, to Vijay Nair. Apart from speaking on all this, they were stating, don't talk about sharab madam today. Ma'am, आज शराब की बात नहीं करेंगे, आज बात मनीष सिसोदिया की करेंगे. These were their statements, as if it was all planned. They already knew that one day CBI is going to interrogate, and then apart from getting the facts and talking about the facts, they will do celebrity roadshow. Yes, Shravan, back to you.
Thank you very much, Harsha and Piyush, for getting us the latest on the liquor gate, a story that we are tracking very closely. Shifting focus now to the other story on This Is Exclusive. First, it was the United Kingdom. Now it is the United States. Hindu groups operating in the United States appear to be once again the target of the political parties. A Democratic Party unit in New Jersey has essentially labeled certain Hindu groups as offshoots of the RSS. In fact, they have gone a step ahead, linking them to various other hate crimes. Joining us on this broadcast are two special guests, Mr. Satya Doshapati, he's joining us from New Jersey, and Arvind Kumar from Houston in Texas. Mr. Doshapati, thank you very much for speaking to Republic TV. Let me straight away begin by asking you, not the first time that Hindu groups are essentially being linked to the RSS, but it appears now that there is a concerted effort to label certain Hindu groups in the United States and also for the United Kingdom. What is behind the story right now? Because it appears that there could be certain groups, especially the Pakistan's ISI, which has extremely been active. They've been trying to label certain groups, especially Hindu groups, as RSS offshoots.
Yes. So it's not any Hindu American organization that they perceive has any sympathy or support to the nationalist government, BJP government in Bharat. We are considered as a terrorist organization according to the TNIC New Jersey City Municipal Committee, Democratic Municipal Committee resolution. Now, where is this coming from? Is it some Indian American Muslim Council or a Khalistani movement? It is or a Pakistani ISI that is behind them. But I think there is a bigger agenda beyond that. If you think about where this is all, if you notice recently, the Tulsi Gabbard, the Hindu American lawmaker who actually stood in presidential elections, one of the candidates, she quit Democratic Party saying that the Democratic Party has become an extension of military industrial complex. So that is where it is coming from. The whole thing, in my opinion, is coming from the Western deep state military industrial complex, who have certain goals for every region of the world, and they have certain goals for India, and that goals is being played into action here. Now, If you watch Rajiv Malhotraji's Snakes in the Ganga book, what is he saying? All this Harvard, Stanford, the Kennedy government in Harvard and Stanford, they create the toolkits and playbooks. And these toolkits and playbooks are really working for the Western deep state. Think of them as these think tanks work for the Western deep state. And now whatever these think tanks dole out, then who will be implementing it? The CIA, USAID, State Department, and now these guys are the ones who will implement these toolkits and playbooks. How do they do it? They don't do it directly. They will use the proxies like a Pakistani ISI, or a proxies like the IAMC, or a CARE, Council for American Islamic Relation, Khalistani groups. So you see the tier system here. There is a deep state, there are think tanks, there are government agencies, and then there are the people on the ground, or the forces on the ground. Like a Gunda want to kill, he will not kill himself. He's a big guy. He will use the proxies of the contract killers. So what is the goal for this for Indian region? They have these toolkits and playbooks, whether it's Ukraine or China or Africa or India. Now, what is the toolkit and playbook for India? They think that India needs to be a vassal state. It has to be a government where they can dictate what is needed for the American purposes.
Right.
They want to use India for conversion. They want to convert India. They want to use it for getting cheap technical labor. They want to use the government that you can plunder the resources. The whole Western deep state thing is about how to plunder the resources of the other world, other countries. This is how
absolutely
they will survive.
No, what I also want to understand.
So in India, we are seeing
Mr. Dosapati, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but Mr. Dosapati, I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you because I'm also running short of time. So I want to bring in Mr. Arvind Kumar, who's also joining us from Texas right now. Mr. Kumar, as Mr. Dosapati was essentially pointing out, that there are deep assets who perhaps would be working on this. But I want to understand, first it was the United Kingdom and now it is the United States. Let's not forget the role that Pakistan's ISI has essentially played in the past. Can we really underplay it? And do we have enough evidence to suggest that somewhere down the line, these Pakistan ISI agents working in the United States, working in Canada, working in the United Kingdom have been very, very active in trying to target certain Hindu groups? Can that be underplayed?
So here's my take on this. We have been working with both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. We have found that the Democratic Party hates Hindus. That's for sure. And identity politics is very important for them. You're talking of ISI. Yes, the Pakistanis are welcomed in the Democratic Party, but you have to understand who is the puppet and who is the puppet master. And Democratic Party is definitely much higher up in that pyramid. And they use the Muslim fundamentalists against us. And in the UK too, it's the same strategy. They attacked us in the curriculum. Here in the US, they attacked us on the curriculum. In the UK, they attacked us on caste. And the same caste-related attacks are coming here in the US. They are cropping them. And remember something, what happened in the UK? The caste-based attacks actually backfired on the Sikhs. Because the Sikhs actually faced 25 or 28 lawsuits there in the UK. Now they are crying about it. They initially supported it. The Khalistani group supported it. And now it's actually backfired on them. And in the US, the attacks have been consistent. First of all, it was on the curriculum. They were portraying Hinduism as an evil religion. And they had preferred religions. They attacked us on caste. Now they've launched a new attack on swastika. You know, the New York Assembly, the California Assembly, Maryland Assembly, all of them, the Democrats have been passing these bills against it. And the Democratic Party, they use identity, they brand the Russians as Russian nationalists, Hindus as Hindu nationalists. And if you break it down, there are only two, they have their preferred religions. You can see what religions they support. So that's part of it too. They cannot tolerate Hindus. You will see in the US, the Protestants tend to vote Republican, the Catholics.
Right. Mr. Dosapati and Mr. Kumar, I'm really sorry I had to interrupt both of you gentlemen, but I'm really running short of time. Thank you very much for joining us on This Is Exclusive, a story that we are closely watching, a story that we would be tracking very, very closely. Thank you gentlemen for joining us on This Is Exclusive. Slipping into a short break. On the other side, news and updates continue.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 10th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
There are some serious allegations. Allegation number 1, whether at all there was any quid pro quo or not. Number 2, whether at all there was this policy essentially favored a section, a cartel. Now what has happened is that if you bring in a particular capping of about 150 crore, what does that mean? That means that only larger players are part of this. Smaller players are completely left out. That's point number 1. So why was this capping essentially done of 150 crore? What was the motive behind it? Because it turns out that certain companies, some companies that you've also tracked down, Indo Spirits, Samir Mahindru's company, Amit Arora, various others, these are people who have essentially benefited out of it, is what the agencies say. We do not know what's the truth, but that's the allegation here.
News media is evolving. The mediums are expanding. The opportunities are plenty. It is time to put the focus on what is the future of news media. India's biggest news federation brings you India's biggest news media conclave.
How do you see all these political gimmicks which are now being adopted by Aam Aadmi Party?
Well, you know, give it to a political party, they're going to play politics over it. It's their right to do so. And if, you know, the question that Nupur was also asking me in the earlier broadcast, that why exactly say that he's going to be arrested, how exactly do they know? They don't know. This is preempting something, you know, this is without much logic attached to it. Because if you remember, when the FIR was registered, Arvind Kejriwal himself, Manish Sisodia, and the entire Aam Aadmi Party leadership essentially made one particular comment. That was that Manish Sisodia is going to be arrested. We were talking about 2 months back. Did the arrest actually happen? No, it did not. Why exactly would you then play politics over it? That's because, you know, that's a strategy that has been adopted by the Aam Aadmi Party.
The faces that matter. The most compelling conversations. The issues never discussed before. India's biggest news media conclave.
Manish Sisodia ji explained to CBI for 14 long hours. They had come to his house. They had torn his pillows, his gadda, his wall were also broken to find out what was there hidden inside. So enough 500 places, searches were made. They didn't find an iota of proof. So question today is, what is the motive behind this? Why is he being summoned today? Since from tomorrow his Jansabhas are all lined up in Gujarat. So why is he being summoned? He's being summoned to stop him from delivering, showcasing Delhi model in Gujarat. That's the whole reason. BJP today, after 27 years of...
Welcome to 6:30 p.m. live and breaking in with the headlines. As another Kashmiri Pandit killed in Shopian, Farooq declares killings won't stop.
इनको भी पता है कि ये पूरा केस फर्जी है। ये पूरा केस मेरे खिलाफ जो चलाया जा रहा है, ये पूरा फर्जी केस है। इनका मकसद मुझे गिरफ्तार करके जेल में डालना है ताकि मैं गुजरात न जा सकूं।
CBI News Titans in Liquorgate. Accused number 1, Sisodia, now being grilled for 5 hours.
ये गुजरात के चुनाव की हार की हताशा है, जिसके कारण मनीष सिसोदिया को गिरफ्तार कर रहे हैं।
In dock for Liquorgate, Up defense Sisodia links arrest to Gujarat polls. Kejriwal's deputy cries vendetta, stages mega showdown in the national capital. Days after BCCI episode, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee bats for Saurav as ICC boss. Okay, breaking news now. Farooq Abdullah has stoked a controversy, saying targeted killings won't stop until justice is done. Meanwhile, Republic confronted Farooq on his controversial statement, where he went on to first defend his statement and then later on hung up when Republic asked him pointed questions. Listen in to his controversial bite and then to the confrontation.
अभी भी कल 2 दिन पहले जो है कश्मीरी पंडित
ये कभी बंद नहीं होगा जब तक इंसाफ नहीं होगा, कभी बंद नहीं होगा। और इसको बंद करने के लिए जितनी भी शोर करते हैं,
ये कहते हैं
कि आप बहुत कहते थे पहले 370 से ये हो रहा, आज तो 370 नहीं है, मेरी क्यों मृत्यु हो रही है, इसके जिम्मेदार कौन है बताइए मुझे।
पूरी दुनिया में बताया जा रहा है कि हालात हमने बेहतर कर दिए, बदल दिया।
अगर वो बेहतर कर दिया तो फिर पंडित बेचारा मारा नहीं जाता।
हो रही है सर, अभी भी कल 2 दिन पहले जो है कश्मीरी पंडित
ये कभी बंद नहीं होगा जब तक इंसाफ नहीं होगा, कभी बंद नहीं होगा। और इसको बंद करने के लिए जितनी भी शोर करते हैं,
ये कहते हैं
कि आप बहुत कहते थे पहले 370 से ये हो रहा, आज तो 370 नहीं है, मेरी क्यों मृत्यु हो रही है, इसके जिम्मेदार कौन है बताइए मुझे।
पूरी दुनिया में बताया जा रहा है कि हालात हमने बेहतर कर दिए, बदल दिया।
अगर वो बेहतर कर दिया तो फिर पंडित बेचारा मारा नहीं जाता।
Okay, that was in fact the soundbite in Jammu, where Farooq Abdullah suggested that till the time that the government does not come out with a more concrete plan on Article 370, which is already a dead letter, but somehow Farooq believes that it can be resurrected. He said that these targeted killings won't end, almost justifying those dastardly acts of terror there, Farooq Abdullah. And now let's listen in to Republic's confrontation of Farooq and how he ducked.
आपका एक स्टेटमेंट आया था जब आपने बोला है कि जब तक इंसाफ नहीं मिल जाता है तब तक ये कश्मीरी किलिंग्स जो हिंदू को मारा जा रहा है वो रुकेंगे नहीं। आपका क्या मतलब था उससे?
अरे साहब, मुसलमान को भी मारा जा रहा है, पुलिस